Hey, welcome back if you are returning. I am Izna. I am a manifestation and mindset coach. I am here to help you live the life of your dreams and get everything you desire. So today we're going to be talking about something I think is kind of funny, but true, and I wanted to go ahead and do this video because I had something similar happen to me just recently, and I like making videos probably best when it's something that I can absolutely relate to. So I relate to this very strongly. So disclaimers first, let's go ahead and get them out of the way. Ivy is back here. If you want to say hi to Ivy. As well, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button if you would like to see more of my content. I would love it if you would stick around. Come see me again. And check out my description if you want coaching, tarot readings, energy readings, anything else, or just to reach out to me. My contact info is down there as well. Okay? So, let's talk about being confident and having self-concept that is on point in different areas. Okay? I'm a pretty confident person. Anybody who knows me would say that's not something I struggle with at all. However, that is something I have struggled with. What is it that I struggle with? Well, I struggle at times, if I don't catch myself, with the idea of how people show up for me. My relationships. That is a self-concept, confidence part of me that I actively have to be on top of. Now, keep in mind, I've been doing self-concept for years. I've been working on it for a long time. And I was listening to affirmation tapes from Dylan. I switched over to Live the Life You Love. I love Jess. I think she's amazing. You should check out hers as well. I think she's awesome. Her voice is very soothing. I am now doing binaural beats and doing those because I like that. I'm comfortable with that. If that resonates with you, you should go check it out. I'm doing those. Okay? But they still have self-concept messages going with these beats. Okay? Have I had good success with the binaural beats? Yes. Did I have good success with just affirmations? Yes. Do I think you have to switch? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying use what you're comfortable with. This is what I'm comfortable with, okay? But in doing these binaural beats and hearing these or listening to these affirmations or whatever, I'm getting all of this subconscious, this subliminal stuff at night while I'm sleeping. So it's not even like my self-concept isn't being worked on now regularly for quite long periods of time. It has been. Okay, I want to make that clear. However, I, as some of you know, had a very traumatic childhood. So when you grow up in foster care and you grow up in a very traumatic situation, or you're put into a situation where you feel neglected, abandoned, traumatized in any way, it can, if you don't catch it, it can create this feeling internally of not being worthy. People don't show up for me. I'm a burden to other people. I bug other people. I, am constantly bothering other people. I don't want to be a bother to anybody, right? I don't want to talk to somebody too much or be myself too much or do any of that kind of stuff because I don't want to bug somebody, right? Now, is that the truth? No, that's just me projecting what I'm actively creating, right? That's my self-concept about that situation, whether or not I actively choose to admit to it or not. And however long it takes me to figure out that that is or has been my self-concept is how long it takes me to fix it. Okay? So, what does this mean? Well, self-concept is different for every different situation. So for me, this is just one situation. This is just one part of my self-concept. This is not my self-concept as a whole, right? Because in a whole sense, I have great self-concept. I have tons of confidence. I feel amazing. But when it comes down to individual topics, then I get to streamline it. Then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe that one needs a little bit more work. Maybe that one I didn't work on as thoroughly as I should have. So I started using the binaural beats specifically for self-doubt, because this is something that I associate with as being self-doubt. I'm doubting myself and how I show up for other people. So people say, well, that doesn't matter. It didn't matter. Yeah, but it does. And here's why. It very much matters. Because I have gotten a lot of push in the last few weeks against that very topic. Because it has been right here. And I've been pushing, trying to work through it. And finally, somebody said to me that I'm amazing and that people want to be around me. And I was like, yeah. So I bring this up because I like to be real with you guys, and I like to be honest, and I like to make it so that this is as real and as authentic as it gets. But are there moments when I forget that? Absolutely. Are there moments when I don't see myself and then get upset because I want everybody else to see me differently, but I'm not projecting that? I'm not creating that? Yes. So, where is your self-concept? Where is it really? Are you feeling grateful for your person? Are you asking for appreciation, but you're not showing it? Are you feeling grateful for money? Are you wanting more money, but you're not being grateful for what you have? Are you wanting wealth and abundance, but you are complaining and bickering about everything you have? Are you wanting to be seen, heard, listened to, shown up for, but you're constantly saying, people don't talk to me, people don't respond to me, people aren't there for me? Where is your real self-concept at? And no, I know your self-concept can be different for every area. I get that. But what I'm asking you is, have you checked in truly with what it is this part of your self-concept is doing? What is the truth about where your self-concept is? If you're struggling, if you're having difficulty, if you're beating yourself up, if you're like, fuck it, I can't do this anymore, I give up, I just don't have a way out, there's no hope, I can't do this, I am here to tell you, bullshit. Bullshit. There's always a way to do it. You are giving up because you would rather not face the truth than to sit there and be honest with yourself. So what are you not being honest about? What is it that is still hurting you so much that you're hanging on to it so badly? I can't tell you. It's different for everyone. Can I tell you what it is that I was hanging on to? Yeah. I let that old story play out in my head about not being shown up for and not being seen, not being heard, because that is an old self-concept. And when I don't get my way, that is what shows up. That is who shows up. And that is not, that I refuse to have her be here anymore. That is not who I am anymore. You can go fucking take a hike, because I'm not going to be that person anymore. I don't care what you do, where you go, but that's not me. So you don't get to stay here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And some of you need to start getting that mentality about it too. Do I have to sit there and be a certain way in order to be seen, heard, and listened to? Yes. Because somebody who is seen, heard, and listened to isn't sitting around moping that they're not. They're not crying because people don't respond to them. If we're focusing on having it, on being the person who has it, what would they be doing? If you were a billionaire and had tons of money in the bank, would you be worried over how your mortgage payment is getting paid? Car payment? Phone bill? If you were in a job you loved and it was making you tons of money, would you worry at all about bills, about money? No. If you were in perfect health and had everything in your life in order as far as your health, and you felt great every single day, you woke up feeling amazing, would you be sitting around saying, God, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow and I feel like shit and I don't want to go? Nope. You'd be like, damn, I feel good. I have the energy of a 20-year-old. Let's go out and run a mile. Right? Let's go walk on the beach. Let's go take a vacation. I'm active. Let's go move. Hey, I want to eat healthy food. I want to take care of my body. Yeah. That's who would be showing up, right? So when we talk about self-concept and confidence and having it, this is very important, guys. This is you remembering that self-concept about each topic is so important. It is important. Do not sell yourself short just because you have expert confidence in one level, in one part. It could be every part except for one. That's fine. You still got to work on that one part. You don't get to forget it. It doesn't work that way. You are made up of a lot of different parts, okay? A lot of parts. All of them have to be on the same level. They have to be. They have to be right here, okay? You can't have one over here by himself and all these are great. Because that means this guy, he is going to be constantly butting heads with the rest of this. He is constantly going to be bringing up, this is me, this is the old story, this is me, this is the old story. Hi, do you see me? So he's going to be going against the grain here. You need to decide, is this really worth all the effort? Stop making this bigger than it needs to be. Tackle the old story. Recognize the old story for what it is. Mine is easy because it's about that childhood thing. So when it comes up, do I see it? Oh yeah. And it pulls me back. And I have to focus. I have to get harder on myself. I have to script harder. I have to visualize. I have to remember who I am. Because that's what I need to do. And I know it. So a lot of you, especially lately, because of a lot of the planetary energy and things like that, we had a full moon. It was really powerful. Some of you really enjoyed that. I know I did. For a few days there, that Capricorn energy was just, whew. Me being a sun sign as a Virgo, I love that. Right? But then the shift into Aquarius messed with my head a little bit. I'll be honest. So what does that mean? Well, that means that I had to go hard on my self-concept this week. And I had to boost myself up. I had to find new subliminal stuff at night that worked for me. I had to tighten my routine. I had to make it so that if I want something, I need to start having it. Stop talking about it. Stop saying, I want that. You don't want it. You either have it or you don't, right? So let's talk about that, right? Because as self-concept, this is important. If you're going to be confident and have a self-concept about this is me, well, then let's talk about that, right? There's either two ways you can look at this. This is something that Neville said. This is an actual Neville quote. I can't remember the exact wording, but something about you can either want something or you can have something, but you can't have both. So you can focus on wanting it or you can focus on having it, but you can't have both. So you got to choose which boat to be in. And if your self-concept is all about I want, you're not focusing on having it. It's separate from you. So it's just going to feel like a battle. You've got to stop it. You've got to. You've got to shut it down and realize that your self-concept isn't going to change until you do. You've got to change your thoughts. You've got to. You've got to tell yourself, I have it already. I have it. And like I've said in other videos, if you struggle with this, if you're like, I don't understand how I can do how it is done and live in it, then you know what? Here's a good idea. How is it whenever you have something, right? How do you feel? So this can pertain to a lot of different things. If you were healthy and feeling great and you woke up feeling amazing every single day, like you were 20, what would that feel like? What would it feel like to have that happening? What would you act like if you were 20? You tell me. It's different for everyone, right? But that is usually the epitome of health, right? So how would you show up if you had that? What would you be doing? How would you be acting? That's what you need to be focusing on. Go back to that, having it over and over and over. Yes, over, and this is why it's persistent. Because the more you have it, the less you want it. Okay? So this pertains to every topic. So let's get back to self-concept, because this is important. Self-concept, again, if I want beauty, health, wealth, whatever, we don't live in want anymore. We live in have. So what does it feel like having something? How do you react having something? How are you thinking having something? Are you sitting around thinking to yourself, God, I want that person to text me? I'm going to straight up tell you, do I catch myself doing this? Yes. When I'm not aware and I doubt? Yes. I have been known to do this. I am better with this every day. And the more confident and the more powerful I feel, the more I stop it and I don't care. Because I know I'm worthy and I'm enough and it's going to happen. I don't even worry about it. But if you're sitting there going, God, please, 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 just let him text me. Just let her text me. I know she cares. Okay. Focus on how you would react getting a text message. Having that phone blow up with text messages. Being in the middle of a conversation that just goes on and on and on and on. That. Focus on that. Focus on that yummy, great feeling of seeing your phone blow up. And you just know. I'm so freaking important. They can't get enough of me. Oh my God, look at my messages. Holy shit. That is how you would react. And that is how you turn that self-concept around, by having it, by knowing you're worth it, by knowing that it's happening. You don't focus on the old version of you that didn't know her worth and wasn't aware of how to make it happen. You focus on the you that is completely aware and makes shit happen. So whatever the topic is, I don't care. Self-concept about it and how you're creating it and making it so that you feel empowered and react by having it is the quickest way to, one, not only make yourself feel better, but two, to see movement and make it happen. And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, well, you should be doing this just to see movement. No, you should be doing this because this is you choosing what is happening. And if that's what you want, by all means do it. I'm not here to tell you what to create. I am here to tell you, make yourself feel good first, and everything else will follow suit. Because that's the way it works. Okay? So don't do this just to make somebody else happy, just because you think that that's what they want. No, that's not the way it works. Do this because you will feel good. And when you feel good, everything else is cake, baby. Everything else is cake. It really is. Trust me.